up, y'all? Welcome to our first ever Africans with Attitude podcast. We're gonna talk about a lot of stuff today, but today we got two important people in our midst right here. First, I'm gonna start off with my panel. Let them introduce themselves. First lady of the panel.
Hi, my name is Corinne. Y'all already know who I am. Vintage Mama K. We any here anytime.
Hey, how y'all doing? This is Brother Bucks, aka Mr. Bobucks, and we about to make it happen.
Y'all know me, stars. Always in the street, always at home also.
You already know it's your boy, Michael Bettis, the Prince, aka Mr. Gritty with the gritty. Keep it moving, you already know all that.
PISTIK, why you keep PISTIK?
Alright.
I don't know what to say, but we gonna get it.
We got a lot to say.
Yeah, okay, we out here. I'm MANNY and
Alright, here. Yo, welcome to the first ever, like I said, Africans with Attitude. We have a lot of stuff lined up this year, but today we're gonna talk about our culture. You know, this entertainment culture that we have in America. I know we have some in Ghana, we have everybody in Ghana now, but we setting it all. We're the trendsetter right now. So right now we're just gonna go back to, we're not gonna go all the way back, but 2019, you know, which is the year of return. Now, a lot of stuff happened, you know, and these two guys were doing major stuff in Ghana, you know. We're just gonna let them speak about it a little bit, line it up on how it went down and everything that happened, you know. So I'm gonna throw this to Manny first, see how that goes.
As far as what we did when we were in Ghana.
Correct, like how the whole thing started, you know, how I know the movement started about 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Like the movement as far as what it's
As
concerned.
far as Afrochella.
Oh yeah, no, Afrochella actually, it is this is the third year.
30.
So it's 3 years in a row. It's gonna be 2020 is gonna be the fourth year. And the person that actually came up with that event is that's Abu. He's the CEO of Afrochella, and we all come together as a conglomerate to help each other and everybody. The thing is, we have this organization called the Big Five, right?
Right.
So the Big Five is designed as if it's like a commission, like basically all these people that are doing their thing and etc. We all came together, and it's a proud thing because we all came together as Ghanaians, to do some great stuff. So within this commission that we created, there's also people that we give that as far as that space where people are allowed to create and do their thing as well. So Abdul came up with Afrochella, that's his thing, but we support him and anything that we can do to help take that to another level, we do so. As far as even getting certain brands involved with it, and etc. So we've been able to do that, and vice versa. Like us, we have Afrobeats and Brunch. That's our thing. That's me and PISTIK. That's our brand. But the group supports it the same way. And then when we get together and do the big events like God, etc. But I'm straying off topic real quick. My bad. I realized that I was doing it. You asked me about Ghana. So yeah, Ghana was great. Afrochella was. I mean, you guys, people that were there, and even those that weren't seeing it, it was crazy. Brought about 16,000 people. Yeah, brought about 16,000 people, and what is great about what's going on is it's bringing about a new crowd of people as well, not just Africans. This is a thing where it's like you got a whole lot of African Americans. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing that's going on, and for Afrochella to be one of those brands that really is also responsible for your return as far as a lot of people coming.
Correct.
That was a big thing.
Do you feel like the year return this year made it extraordinary, which brought those people who were like maybe Canadians, maybe like Kenyans,
Celebrities
like
that never
celebrities
been.
that never been.
You know what's crazy? The celebrities were coming. Like even the year before, there were a lot of celebrities that were already coming. So it was like a word of mouth thing too. So I guess the organizers of that whole year return, because they've been coming, they've also been doing their research, and they see what's going on. So everybody's trying to like, listen, this is the time for us to like migrate and like go back to Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, and really learn our culture and learn the history of it. So I think it's a beautiful thing that's going on. All these people that now want to be interested. There was even a post after, I remember last year I saw Diggy Simmons.
Right.
He posted something first time, you know, and the whole idea they have of Africa, you know, for them is, you know, when they came and met him, he did a whole post. He was like, my views are different now. Like, I can't believe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, in a way, it kind of bothered him that he didn't know how beautiful the country was.
And
How, you know,
this goes back all the way for all of us, you know, for going to school over here. I know, fuck, you know, like you go to school and they're calling you African booty scratcher. I know one person called me tap a cheetah in the ass. I'm like, what the fuck? He said, can I talk to lions? And I said, well, why don't the Bronx Zoo open up for you so you can go holler at the lions, you know?
I mean, you know, but the thing is this, like, because we all went through that. You know what I'm saying? We all went through that as kids. I went through it too. We all went through those growing pains. But when you grow up and you mature and you look at things, it's like they didn't really know. How could you blame them? Like how much, like, you know, black love and the influence of, or the image of Africa. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When we was in middle school, like it wasn't painted a certain way where we looked royal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where it was the beauty aspect. It was looking like we always need help.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, National
Flies in
Geographic,
the
the
face.
kids. Yeah,
Big
exactly.
belly,
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta look at it now like, you know, it's a beautiful time and it's a blessing for us all to be alive and witnessing what's going on right now and having people appreciate like, yo, this is dope. Like for me.
And to me, you guys are making a major impact when it comes to that because everybody, right now there's a lot of stress going on, especially from our generation, you know, transitioning into a lot of things where everybody want to have fun. You guys are bringing guys from here. I have friends that are not Americans saying I want to go to Ghana now. You know, I want to travel now. Now I want to start traveling and doing other things. You know, and it came from this entertainment, and it wasn't no politician. It wasn't them bringing nobody down. It wasn't no like, you know, these major companies. It's the youth. Now we are the voice now. You know, and I feel like we have a lot to do with it. What you think?
No, that's a fact. I mean, if you think about it now, for instance, just go to like Netflix. If you notice how the Netflix movies have changed, you got a lot of African movies on Netflix right now.
Yeah.
Like I could literally get my mom a password for her to just go ahead and watch.
Right.
It's like we went from booty scratches to being like the
International.
most sought after.
Booty
Like,
rappers.
yeah.
All right, so my question is to you guys, because you know a lot of things being said about this whole Afro-Chilla, right? So what you guys said to a lot of people who says that they feel like the whole Afro-Chilla is like a scam. What would you say about that?
A scam
my
at
first
first
time
time. No, yeah, you have to really elaborate. Elaborate on that for me. Like you
far-
gotta
nah.
give me some details.
As far as scam, like the Black Americans, like, you know, going back to Africa, you know, claiming, you know, the year of your time, using that as an excuse to go back to Africa.
Okay.
Think about that, like, how about as a Ghanaian, right? How do we
You're asking like how you're basically trying to
Like,
ask like,
how-
how we viewing the fact that now all of a sudden you think
right? And then like, do you think like or they kind of like taking that as like a advantage or something like that?
Alright, so I was thinking real quick because when everybody heard about Africa, it wasn't about the mansions, the fast cars, everything. So before even Afro-Chilla came about, we took it upon ourselves. Anytime we go to Ghana, whatever we doing, we snap it. And we hashtag it like Africa they don't show you. And this like the life we were living out there, like the fast cars, like mansions, everything. So like for anybody to think like Afro-Chilla is just trying to use the year of return as whatever to tap in to make money. We being started is when we started up. I would say I'm only saying we because I'm affiliated with the guys that organize it.
Right.
Those are my people. Like he said, Big Five is like how do I describe it? It's like a
Umbrella?
tree
Yeah.
with branches.
Right.
Whatever you want to do, we support it, we push it. Like it's how it's there.
Right.
That's why we have Afrobeats and brunch. We have Afro-Chilla.
Right.
When they came up with that, we did not think like, oh, we're not part of it. It's not our thing. So we pushed it as a team.
Right.
So like for anybody to think we just trying to tap in to make money of the year of return, we been started doing Afro-Chilla before. I have friends like you said, like they're not even Africans, and we took them there one time. And now they book their tickets before they even call me like, yo, you got your ticket, we out. So there's something like it's being out there.
So,
Like we,
my question is, man, I mean, do you think that the black Americans, do you feel like they do something?
All right, so here's the thing. Of course, there are people that are also looking at it as a way to capitalize. You know what I'm saying? That without a doubt.
Okay.
You know, even in regards to us, what we do entertainment.
Okay.
You know, we have some entertainment friends that are not African, or not, to be more specific, that are not Ghanaian, and you know, hitting us up now like, yo, this and that, like, I'm looking to do this, and I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I be looking at it like, but at the same time, you know, I don't want to. For me, it's like, look at them. What, you know, back then, how like Africa wasn't even a thought to now. So for me, it's like we have to also look at it like, yo, this is a dope thing that's going on. But I do agree with you. We need to protect what we have. Just like every
100%.
just like every race protects what they have. You know, it's great what's going on because we've just us as people, us living in the United States. What we do that's great. What's great about the United States is we embrace all cultures.
Correct.
We know about Chinese culture. We know about even Irish culture, Spanish culture, all of that. Exactly. So now it's our turn. But what we got to do, like all these other cultures do, is protect our culture. Like at the end of the day, we let them in. Let them in. Let them.
Nah, we're not doing that at all.
No, that is. I mean, it kind of spread like wildfire. You gotta
It really
understand. It
did.
wasn't
It
something
really
like
did.
certain. You get me like
Because
certain.
I can't wake up and throw a Haitian party, but I can wake up and say I'm throwing a Nigerian party. But I've seen Nigerians throw a Ghanaian party. You get what I mean? Is it because both countries, and I'm saying both countries are very loyal to each other. We respect each other in everything that we do. But do you think that will be a problem in the future where we have Nigerians throwing? I know there's big promoters out there.
Like you just said, there was in the past, you know, it was Nigerians that were throwing the Ghanaian party. So correct me if I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying?
It was half and
Oh,
half.
half and half.
Yeah.
It was Nigerians that was doing it, but it was Ghanaians too.
Correct.
But you know, it's up to us though. At the end of the day, just like it was up to us, like we got together and we were like, yo, you know what? Like even for me, for example, when I came on the scene, I couldn't understand honestly. When I came on the scene, I was like, those Nigerians doing Ghana independence. For me, I didn't.
Right.
Like I didn't get it, but I at the same time, somebody had to do it.
Right.
You know
And
what I'm
that's where it was a big argument on Instagram, on one of my Instagram pages. And I was saying people were going hard on one of the promoters saying he's Nigerian. I don't want to mention no name, but he's Nigerian. Why is he doing this? And I'm like, well, if we do our own right, because I still have promoters that haven't paid me for DJing. You get what I mean? And this is Ghanaian DJ. When a Nigerian call you, he's talking money first. He's saying, can I give you half? And then when you get there, I get you the other half. And I still have people up to today that haven't paid me. So how do we respect ourselves and protect our own if we're doing that to each other?
I mean, I think that just
I
comes
love
down.
that.
It just comes down to structure. Like it comes down to the business aspect of things. As long as we get our business correct, you know, then we won't have those issues. I think that's something that we try to do. Or we try to, you know, make sure our business is correct. You have to move correct. You know what I mean? If you move correct, then it's like, okay.
Right.
And I think, you know, you got to give that respect to the Nigerians. You do.
Correct.
I'm not even going to sit here.
I agree with you.
You know, like I'm not. I'll say names like me.
Yeah,
like,
point, that's just what's
like
gonna
let me tell you
happen.
something.
It
Like
is what it
honestly and truly, I respect like a person like a Duke. I do.
Right.
I respect the Duke because I respect his business acumen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was like, we may look at like, damn, why is he doing that Nigerian?
Right.
But at the same time, business-wise, I respect his acumen, and it's not him. It's
There's
not him.
no other Ghanaian doing it.
But it's not, and at the end of the day too,
Nobody's doing it.
hold on, and at the end of the day too, it's not him that you should look at. If he's being allowed to throw Ghana independence, right, that means someone is Ghanaians are giving him the validation to do so.
His entire promotion.
You know what I'm saying? So
team,
it's he's a business. If an opportunity is coming to him, he's a business, and if opportunity is coming to him as a businessman, he's like, look, these are the elements that are around. It can be successful. I'm gonna do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's not about, so it's about us two getting our business acumen and joining together and aligning and collaborating, you know, and I feel like that's something that we've been able to do and continue to do certain things.
how did this whole thing start for you, man? Because I know when I first started partying, it was Golden Stew and yeah, I got you shaking your head, yeah. Golden Stew and
Manny just became a Ghanaian.
I mean, that's what I'm doing.
Wait. Let's
Say,
take it
y'all want to hear that?
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, let's take it back.
It was Cocoa House, Golden, and the familiar faces. I you know, like when I saw him, I was like, damn, that's a dude from like Golden Stew, Cocoa House. You know, and we don't meet that often. But you see the familiar faces.
You know the familiar faces.
And like you came in a picture, just boom, like.
The hell is Manny? Like,
Alright, so.
And Manny lit right now. You lit.
Oh,
Lit on the block.
So it's like, and I always say this, like when I start this, it's like I feel like I sound like a broken record, right? So, I've been doing this for a very long time, as far as events is concerned.
Correct.
Okay, just about in New York City, like just about, not in the Bronx. I'm talking like Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan. Like so, I was doing about like almost 10 years now, like probably over that. So I was doing urban events. I was doing Caribbean events. Like so, in all those years that I was doing these events, I also acquired a lot of resources in my. So it's like there's certain people I could just call. Like you know what I mean? Like if you ever wondered how even when certain Ghanaian artists have come and they're on Hot 97 and things like that, and they get there, like these are resources because of what I've been doing for a long time. This is what I've acquired. So when I came on the scene. And I'm a believer in things happen for a reason, and it was like I was meant to like go through certain things to be prepared for this time right now, you know. So when I came on the scene, how did it start? 17. All right, so it was like that time. That time I was working with a group called Upscale, right? I was the manager for that group. So I was doing a vast amount of events, and then I linked up. The first people I linked up with was K Juice, Kofi. Shout out to Kofi, shout out to AK. I linked up with that. It's gonna be long, so I'm just trying to make it quick. Then it's like a domino effect. I linked up with PISTIK, Alash, and then it was like a domino. Then we met John. Everybody somehow, some way, we all started linking. But then, as far as me is concerned, I remember I never forget. We did a party, the first party, and I'm just like, I was so urban and dancehall. That was me, like that. Then when I started hearing the Afrobeats, I started hearing music. I'm like, oh. This sounds hard. Like I was like, yo, where have I been? But then again, because I was focused on all those other things, and at that time, I'm not gonna lie, I was living in Queens. So Queens, like, not afford anymore. Like, there's not a lot of Ghanaians there.
Unless you live in Left Rock City.
Exactly. But Left Rock was like a hidden city type thing. Like as far as what Ghanaian is concerned, not a lot of, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I was heavy in the Caribbean. Like I hate like Haitians. That's why if you know, you seem like they like my second fan. You get me? So it was this party, and I was like, yo, this music is fire. Like, first of all, where have I been? And second of all, why isn't this like on some center stage? Because I see, like I said, I've had the experiences. I see how the urban events are, and the Caribbean events, and how those are carried, and things like that. Like I said, I've had those experiences. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna just apply everything that I was doing to this, because this is what it needs as far as venues are concerned. The way we do our events. The experience to me is like and I feel like that is what helped, like you said, when I just came, it looks like I just came out of nowhere, then boom. But it was just certain elements, it was just certain things, certain juices that this thing needed, that we needed as a people. So I was like, you know what? And then the rest was history. I don't want to be long, but like.
Nah, that's a great explanation though. It wasn't long at all.
Team was very important, and I know under your umbrella, you know. There's a lot of people under your umbrella. If I'm not mistaken, you had the Big Six.
It was never called the Big Six. It was always called the Big Five.
The Big Five. Oh, the Big Five.
It was always the Big Five. It was always the Big Five, and it's still the Big Five. But
all right. So you get where my question is.
I know where you're going.
All right,
let's go. I'm waiting for you.
Why is it called Big Five?
Why? Okay.
And what's a group of 5 teams?
It's a group of 5 teams.
It
Was.
But now
Just like, I explained earlier, and even PISTIK said, like, and the way I always, like, when I talk to the guys and I talk to the group, a commission of groups, and they all happen to be Ghanaian groups, right? And even when I try to compare, because I'm a movie guy, like I watch movies all the time, so I compare it to like on some mob shit, like some mafia, like the 5 families. So everybody's a family. So like for example, PISTIK, he got YAK, that's a family. You know, Vibe Africa, that's a family. Like so all the heads of these families or all these families we get together, boom, to do something great. We still have our own brands within our own right. We do our own thing, but when we get together, boom, we one family and we do something crazy. But before I guess you want to ask some question. Yeah,
I'll stop you over there. You guys have any questions? Like,
I mean, I got one.
Because where I'm headed is gonna be a little bumpy.
Yeah. Is there any more of that Henny though? Because since we're
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Henny.
There's that Henny right there.
What you drinking?
Pass me the Henny because it's about to get crazy.
Drinking water. Get away from me.
I'll
This
take
whole
a
time now you
yeah,
don't
this
get no
water. I'll
cup.
take a shot of Henny. But
Yeah,
I do have a question. So like, you know, with
Like-
Afrochella and everything being on the rise,
Yeah.
did you guys ever possibly think of doing something in the States?
All right.
Just
So
to,
like,
you know, incorporate
What was the question?
with Afrochella being on the rise and like everybody kind of taking that trip to Ghana to try and get a taste of what's going on.
Possible we have one right here.
Yeah, like try and do maybe not necessarily on that scale, but like something for those who never even took a trip to Ghana.
It's
want to get a taste.
like, all right. So Pete said he doesn't think that it's our, but if we were on High 97 not too long ago, right? A couple months back, me and Abdul, and they asked him that same question.
Yeah, I seen that.
Ebro asked him that same question, and Abdul's answer, like, you know, was like, no. As far as Afrochella is concerned, definitely not, because Afrochella is designed for Africa by Africans, and it's also a thing to get people to come to Ghana. Like this is a thing where now it's like Afrochella is more than an event now. It's more like this is like a migration. Like come learn, come see the beauty of not just the events, but come see the beauty of the country. You know, and then it also helps as far as employment for people out there. So that's what it's about. So it's bigger than just it being just an event. It's what it's doing and what it's doing for the people in the community. Now, to your second question, are we working on potentially doing something similar, like something for out here? Definitely, like we're definitely in talks. We're in talks all the time. Me and P, we're like, you know, when you know, and just some advice, like when you're on entrepreneurship, and you have partners or if you have something that you know, he is somebody I call like my brother, like y'all gotta be, if you know, even this is down to artists, like when artists collab and they make great music, they're with each other all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can collect ideas and figure things out. So I mean, we have some things in the pipeline. Can't really say it right now because it's like, you know, I'm just crossing. You know, you don't want to say until it's like confirmed and speak things into it. So we try. We definitely thinking about some next moves to bring to, you know, also here on a huge level, on a huge scale. You know, so we're working on those things too.
Personally, you two personally, I know you guys have your Let the Poor Enjoy, you have for the culture.
Yeah.
How is that? What motivated you? You know, this is a question for both of you guys to do that on the side after all this work that you guys have been putting.
Oh, y'all came with the juices. Y'all didn't come to play. Go ahead.
So, you know, I was explaining earlier, like, it's more than like even Afrochella being an event, right? What we do, like, yes, we throw these events, we throw these parties, we have Afrobeats and we have Afro this, that. For us, like, and the reason why it seems kind of like almost effortless for us, because it's like we're telling it, it's like everything is a story for us. Like, this thing is a culture thing. It's more than just the parties. Like, for me, like when I view and I see the parties and for example, if I see a party that's lit, right, or it's an Afrobeats party, I'm looking at, for example, I'm catching live shots of I like to hear the acapella of people singing the music, because what that is doing is projecting and promoting to other people as well. So it's certain details that I look at or that we look at. You know, everything is no, and so okay. So then, being that I said what I said as far as the culture is concerned, that's why I came up with the brand as far as what the culture is concerned. It was inspired by Adjo Kumebu. Adjo Kumebu is my mom. So she has a school in Kumasi. And
My name sounds bad for me.
Adjo Adam.
Yeah, it's kind of type of name.
That's Rollins, JJ.
Yeah, that's
Oh, JJ Rollins'
That's
wife.
his
Yeah,
wife.
that's his wife.
That's probably why. That's why. Okay, go ahead. What's your story?
So it's a school. It's a school she has in Kumasi. That's where I'm from. I'm from Kumasi. When I started going back, and that's the thing. It's these events. You asked me like I was literally out like, but it's doing these events that actually took me back to start going back to Ghana in 2015. And since that was 2015, 20 years before. That was 20 years.
Right.
Me going back to Ghana.
Wow.
So yeah, so I was like, that brought me back. So when I was going back, I was like, damn, I wanted to find a way to help my mom as far as what her school is concerned.
Right.
This is a story that, you know what I'm saying, creating a story now. So then it just came in like people, when I came back, people was asking me like, yo, when you come back, bring me this, bring me that, bring me certain merch or whatever. Cause, and you know, these are like, I have all different types of friends. So that's kind of where the idea came about to do for the culture, inspired by I grew up in with my mom, and then we turned into a brand. We got the merch, we got apparel. So that's where that came from, and that's just to also show that it's not just about us doing parties and events. The events is a platform for the other greater things that we really want to do. You know what I mean?
I have a question. So, when you guys usually have like the parties and stuff like that, like you guys promote like for artists and stuff like that, like what type of artists do you have promote? Is it like specific artists you have picked to promote, or like?
Now we gonna answer that. We gonna answer that, but let him like, cause he just talk about let the board to end.
So let the poor enjoy. What's the motive behind it?
So looking at Let the Poor Enjoy, like, I might not look humble, but I come from a very, very humble home.
See a necklace?
You feel me? It's not that even
The
expensive.
necklace alone.
It's not. Stop it. Alright, so with Let the Poor Enjoy, right? Where I come from, like, we didn't have that much privilege. Like, we didn't have access to a lot of things. So it's like, when I got here, and recently, it's like, anytime I see myself doing something that I couldn't afford before, it's like, I'm like, yo, I'm really enjoying this. And I'm that type, like, it don't have to be that big for me to celebrate. Whatever I achieve, I celebrate, like, regardless how big, small it is. Because I appreciate life. And not to brag, like, when we went to Ghana, I introduced MANNY to some of my friends. And these guys are like, what, 25, 24, and they millionaires. They play like professional soccer, like. And where they come from, Ghana, when we say Zongo,
Right.
I know you know about Zongo, like, it's like the projects, like, there is no dream.
Right.
And I have like two guys that actually I played with. Like, I would let them borrow like my cleats to play. Cause I was a little fortunate, like, you know, I could afford it. So like anytime they ask me, like, and it's not like I sat on the bench. Even if I have one, I would make sure I get two.
Right.
So like my teammate.
Have a look.
And this was something like he even brought to my attention this year in Ghana. He like, yo, you was the only person that actually had it, and you were actually mingling with like the kids that didn't have nothing. And this guy, if I tell you where they come from and everything, like, they had nothing, not a dime.
Anybody been to Zongo, you would know.
I wish somebody would just go on the
dope.
internet and just look up like Zongo, like.
Yeah, Zongo, like somebody
They
used
have
to do like a
nothing,
little tour.
no lights, nothing.
Yeah.
Like, their toys they used to play with, they would go to the boiler, like the dumpster, pick it up.
Or
And
get in
now
the
this
tire,
guy is
get
on
in the tire, roll down the
ESPN,
road.
everything.
Right,
So like, with him, anytime I see him do something, I call him like, yo, you actually having fun, you enjoying, like, because I remember, like, I know where you come from, right? You know, like, so that was what, like, motivated me to do, like, Let the Poor Enjoy. Anytime I see myself doing something fun, they like, yo, you got money, you got this. It's not, I have money, like, I appreciate where I'm at right now. So, like, whatever I do is like, let the poor enjoy. Like, it was just a term.
Right.
But I caught a lot of people, like, it's like a lot of people started using it. So I'm like, yo, why don't I turn it into something else? And I'm that type. Like, I love to make money, so I try to flip whatever it is. Like, that's how I came up with my clothing line and everything.
Right.
Yeah, so that's how.
So you usually go back and give back to the kids that are there? Because I think you guys are doing a little charity too.
I just want to say that was well said. I think that was really nice.
Not OD. Like, you just so good. I tried to zoom in on you real quick. Like,
because this like real life.
No, like real
Right.
stuff.
Like,
And what's
I
crazy,
can
like
relate.
before I witnessed it, like the guy that he's talking about, like, and when he was telling me the story, I was like, yo, like I was intrigued by the story because he's like, yo, these people really came from, and the guy he's talking about came to pick us up in like big body cars, bro, like on some
2019 range. And
Yeah,
it's
like-
a kid that didn't have sneakers, like growing up.
Which player is it?
Adams,
Kassim Adams.
Kasim Adams, yeah, like.
And and it was he came to the telling me to stay one time, right, with like this computer, like, well, I can't even explain it.
Portable place.
Like a portable, but it was like it was not like some small thing. Like a suit, it was like a suitcase, but then you open it and it's the game, just to come play with him.
Next level.
Like on some just like, and I'm just sitting there like, yo, this is
And
cool
there's
shit.
a guy that
like,
makes like more than 200,000 a week. I'm not gassing
What
it.
team is he in there?
Düsseldorf. It's
giving
in German Bundesliga. Yeah, he's giving back. He has a foundation that gives back like every year he's in Ghana and everything. So shout out to Kasim.
So Let the Poor just recently launched. Like it's still a very young company. So in regards to the charity, he's gonna be working on those things. I think, like there's some things in the pipeline, but it is all about giving back. All these things, all these brands that we're doing, we're creating, it's about the culture and it's about giving back to as well.
Alright, if you're watching or tuning in right now, this is one of the major platforms that you need to come on, express yourself. We asking a lot of good questions out here, Africans with attitude. We're going worldwide, like I said. We have MANNY, PISTIK over here, throwing some questions at them. I guess we're gonna move on to, let's fly to the States. I know you gave you a little history and stuff, let's fly to the States. Now every year I used to look up to, what these two guys are gonna come up with this shit. And Ghana made. We go out there, we have fun, everybody look up to it. But then this year is like, we got two flyers flown around, and I'm like, wait, what the hell is going on? You guys have something to say about that? And
I really don't have nothing to say
I didn't have
about
nothing
that.
to say. I didn't have nothing to do. Like, I was just watching it. Then I checked the date, and it's like, okay. And I checked, like, what are you guys doing? A whole weekend? These guys are doing a whole weekend? So what is this a competition? Is this, and these are people that were, I would say, under your umbrella too. These are guys that were under, because we all came to the first, second, we all came to all of it, so we seen these guys. And what caused the separation? What we don't know what happened. So people are asking.
I don't have that much to say because whatever happened, when it happened, I was in Ghana.
But I'm sure you're gonna hear about it. You can't say you
I
can't.
heard about it, but I'm not a strong believer of hearsay. I wasn't there.
Right.
You feel me?
You
And
haven't seen it?
regardless,
You haven't
yeah.
seen it yet?
And it's a team, so whatever happened at that meeting that broke up the team, I wasn't there.
Right.
At the end of the day, I'm still neutral. If this guy want to do his event the same day we doing our event, which is an act, yeah, that's him. That's what he want to do, because I won't back up for nobody, because I'm doing my party this day, this guy doing his that day, so I got
Party
to
still
go
goes
back.
on.
Regardless,
Right.
I know my team, he knows his team.
Right.
If you mess with me, that's where you coming to. If you mess with him, that's where you going to. With me, it's nothing like beef. At the end of the day, it's just a party.
I wouldn't say it's beef. We're just people asking what really. Nah, I think it's beef. No.
Nah, but what's going on? From what's going on?
Listen,
It's like,
This is how it
Just
is.
get up.
No. You can't. See, you don't want to label it. You don't want to label it as beef.
No,
It's
we're gonna
chicken.
say
Brothers,
What is
no,
it?
brothers and sisters
we
have
we
beef.
we like we gonna
They
say
ain't fucking with each other. Now, me for never.
No,
Time being. They have
no,
a
there's
miscommunication, right?
there's
So-
no beef.
I think miscommunication is the
Right.
best word for it then.
I
regardless,
Because
look,
like you said, right, he's
regardless.
doing this without your concern.
we
So it
could
has
be
to be
selling
some
the
type of-
same product, but at the end of the day,
But you say he's doing it while you're concerned, though. He's doing
No.
it without you knowing it. Well, you guys are on the same team. So
No, they're not. They're not.
no,
paying
no,
attention.
They're trying to listen.
So it's definitely the beef
Listen,
then.
no,
that's not what I said.
listen.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yes. everybody, there were some internal issues that were.
Right. There you go.
That's a fact.
But that's not.
I mean, we
that's
brothers,
not-
right?
That's
So
not
it
beef.
happens.
That's
It's
not
not. There
beef.
were
I mean, it's
internal.
not okay.
There
So we
were
gonna find out.
there were internal issues that were going on.
Right.
You know, just like companies or
Right,
anybody
right.
that's rocking something. Sometimes things don't. Not everybody is on the same page.
Right.
And not everybody agrees on, et cetera, et cetera. For me, in regards to what's going on, my only thing is the respect factor. At the end of the day, nobody, anybody, any man or any independent person, nobody's gonna hold your hands to anything. But you know, in regards to, it's just respect. As long as the respect level is there.
Right.
So I guess that's.
As far as the parties, you guys have your stuff in place. I know you guys.
Oh yeah, we
major
have our
plans.
we have our originality in place, you know, because
Look, listen. If you haven't seen it, maybe you guys on the panel haven't seen it.
Alright, anyway,
if you see the
already know.
flyer,
I know what
it's
you're
like
talking about.
it's like okay,
There's-
they're going with the material pictures and all these other stuff, and then it's like they dropping it every day. You guys are dropping it, and then they post the flyer, and it's like the same colors. And this is Homeland Ghana, and this is Ghana.
Nah,
made.
that's you looking from the outside. You pay too much attention.
No,
No. Me personally, I
but
didn't
it's
even
okay
know
for
that.
it's okay to be observant.
No,
and
no,
seeing
no.
and
I'm
noticing
not,
certain
and I'm
things.
not.
What I'm seeing is what I'm
That's
yeah.
good. Like
Right.
you just brought my attention
Correct.
to it because I wasn't even paying attention to the time they dropped their post.
Right.
What time I was just posting when I was supposed to post.
All right.
I promote when it's time for me to promote. So.
But let me tell you. You know everything you post, people see, right? First, listen.
Mhm.
But at one point, I was reading a post, and it's like back and forth. You know what I mean? It's like back and forth. It's like don't.
And what was it saying?
I'm not gonna repeat what you were saying. I'm not gonna do that.
Can I
That's
get some
like-
juice, please? It's a Long Island.
I'm not gonna repeat what you were saying. It's like you
I
read.
wanna ask them.
It's like
Bro.
and hopefully we get them on the panel too, because we're all from the same country and stuff. You know, we're from the same country and stuff. So hopefully we get them on the panel too. But what I'm saying is, it's like I see this post, and then I go ahead and I see this post, and then I see this post, and you go ahead. It's like, all right. So the message is like.
You
Something
basically what
going
you're trying
on.
to see there's some subliminal
Something,
going
yeah.
on. There's some. All right, I'm put it like I said.
For somebody that was not here, you was supposed to.
Of course, there are some.
That's what I do. That's my job. Man.
Well, how you pull something by you have a line to use your head. So how you just
Look, I wasn't here as I wasn't here, but if I have internet, I can work from anywhere I'm at.
Right,
So that's what I was doing. I was working.
right,
I wasn't even paying attention to what was like I said, when whatever happened, I wasn't even here. And I'm not going to pick sides.
right.
If it was the right thing, the team was still going to be a team.
Yeah, right,
So for like 4 to 0 against 1,
right.
there was something wrong.
So you respect the decision that was made, or you?
If it was made against me, it was a team decision. I'm out.
Right.
do you think it was made against
It would never be against me because I'm loyal. Like to the team, I'm
Big facts.
down.
Right.
Big facts.
And I see you two together every time. I respect that. Where Dor at though? Where John?
Yeah, what John doing?
He's a kid together.
What
You guys left him in Ghana?
what part?
You know that's
what
the
position
fun. That's the fun part when you work for yourself.
Right.
Feel me? John Doe don't have no job calling him come do this, come
Right.
do that, but he's okay. So if John Doe chooses to come back next year, and this crazy, you know John Doe is not here, but whatever he's supposed to get, he gets it.
Right.
That's team to
loyal,
me.
yeah.
You feel me? Like we don't need your presence. Once you do what you gotta do,
Right.
you get what you.
Right.
You
And I think
get,
that's what broke a lot of groups. You know, that's what separated a lot of groups when I was growing up. I don't want to mention names, but we had some top groups growing up, you know. And it's like money situation. It's like I've heard stories like party was done and one guy just went to the door, took the whole money and left with his girlfriend. I'm like, well, how the hell that happened?
Yo, you know what's crazy? We just did a Afro beat and brunch in Ghana, right? And one of our partners, it's a female, and she not even Ghanaian. You know what happened? When we finished the whole party,
Right.
she was the one that took all the money from the door home.
Y'all never heard from her?
No, we did hear,
Oh.
but like from what you said, like
Right.
you know how like the other nigga took the money
Right.
or whatever. That's how much we trust each other. Like the
Correct.
girl took every single dollar we made at the door home. She told us how much we made the next day. We did not question her.
Right.
Feel me? Because that's the loyalty we built.
Right.
It's never against the team. Like if she's saying we made this, that's what we made. It's
Loyalty
never
goes
an
on, you know?
fact, and we never question it, and we know she's not going to come back and tell us, oh, it was 2,000 when we made like 10,000. She would never do that. So it all depends on who you working with. Like I'm not trying to go deep, but that's what happened with everything that's going on. It's loyalty. Like it's all about long term, but it's different people. They only think about the money. But at the end of the day, it's about long term.
Right.
If I make 10,000 with you today and I make 2,000 with you tomorrow, that doesn't end business.
Right.
We can work this out and then come back to where we were before.
I respect that. I respect that. Manny, what's up?
Nah, today, PISTIK got it. Today, I mean, I'm just a listener. I respect what he's saying today, man.
I got a question. I think I was asking a question before.
Yeah.
So my question was, like you guys do parties and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You got DJs, play beats and stuff like that. So my whole thing is on like you guys pick the artists and stuff like that, like the music, the promoter, like how you guys do that, like how
But the artist as far as what? The artist that?
that you know the play, like the music, cause basically what we do is
Artist as far as
promote,
DJ
right?
or artist as far as the entertainment?
The entertainment, yeah.
Okay, so how do we pick the artists that are on our events?
Yes.
For example, for example, we have Kwesi Arthur.
Right.
Right.
On a Saturday. So you're asking how we pick them?
Yeah,
How we choose?
how you guys pick them?
Well, being that we're at the end of the day, we're kind of like mini entertainers ourselves. So we're always doing our research as far as who's buzzing, you know, the music and then for us to even be a part of this, like we've got to love the music and embrace the music ourselves. So that's another component as well.
Okay.
You know,
But you think, okay, so my thing is, right, do you think y'all should like more focus on the artists that's over here than focus on the artists that
that's a good question that you just brought up.
Next up.
Cause think about it like this, right? Cause we promoting, right? So that's what we doing, right?
Like,
So
why do you think promote ourselves?
Right.
Well, in regards to that's a good question. As far as in regards to that, right? Prime example.
But hold on. I'm not trying to cut you, but
Good.
at the end of the day, business is demand. Business is demand and supply.
Okay.
So
But I see where you're trying to go. We're gonna answer that question. Don't worry.
If they're not in demand, we can't just bring them out here. We can do our best. Like if they're not in demand, we could do like 200 when we could have done like 2,000. And that's money involved. We're not trying to promote like an artist that's here like, oh, we're trying to do him a favor. At the end of the day, you're not thinking about what we put it in. So it's not like we're not trying to help it. And anytime we have a mainstream artist, we have open acts. That's their time to shine. Like Manny just did Afro Caribbean. Yeah, he had upcoming artists from the Bronx, like on the bill performing, like so.
Who was it?
That was
I
vintage.
think 2 years ago, y'all had Era, J Era.
Yeah, we work with all of them,
Ghana?
and it's we doing this event with Audio Mac.
Right.
We were trying to keep it on the low, but it's like, yeah, now I'm like, we I didn't mean to, but for them to have this here first, and let me tell you something, like, I'm the type.
You was supposed to ease it in like it's in the words, it's in the pipeline, my guy.
You're supposed to give it
Over
out.
here.
That's the promo though.
So no, but let him talk. Let's not twist the end. No. Do it. Now you good. No, and no.
Give
you
him
know,
more, Andy. You're gonna
This
get more
is
stuff out.
you see, the segue into
Like shit.
I'm gonna let Pistik go into that segue. So, because I see where you're going, and I see where you're coming from. You're trying to say, okay, the American artists, well, not American, but the artists out here. What are we basically doing to help them or help push them?
Right.
Because we're here promoting or booking Quincy Arthur and things like that, or booking these Ghanaian artists.
Right,
what about the artists that are out here that also have good talent in it as well?
Right.
But you also, okay, and this, like Pistik said, it's who's in demand, right? You know what I'm saying? But we are also working towards. Hold on. We are also working towards, helping take the artists. We're in, like, trust, especially us, and that's why I guess, like, especially me and Pistik, we click like that, because we really like this whole Afrobeat thing. It's more than, like I said, it's more than just the event. Like, we literally sometimes we be at the crib. We'll smoke up, whatever.
Music.
We're always like, we're on YouTube all day, like, just, all right, who's the new hottest act or whatever. Or we'll just have conversations, like, for example, like, we sit there and we talk about it. We see that even that new female artist that looks like she's buzzing a little bit, like, was that Jamila girl? Like, we legit have, we was on a whole.
Shout out to that girl.
Shout out
I don't know
Jamila.
who she is, but
We was
Shout out, shout out.
and this is, and with Afrobeat some brunch, if you notice, once in a while, like, we showcase people, we give them a chance, we give them a platform to play their music, we play their music, or we give them a chance to perform. You know what I'm saying? So we've been doing that, and gradually, this is a segue into a project that we about to work on that's in the pipeline.
So all y'all young youth out there. that's
Yeah,
trying
no.
to do
So
music,
don't
yo.
think that we don't be
Yeah,
be
they watching.
and we're
I
not
sing
looking at
too.
people.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
looking.
We do. And we're gonna be working on
Eyes
some
open.
things. We're gonna be working on some things. We do have a collaboration with a brand that Pistik is. So I'm gonna let you segue into that, because that's actually.
the audio man.
Yeah, talk about that. Talk about that. How that came about. How that came about.
The audio, yeah. Pistik is that.
That was just.
It just recently happened.
That was just last week, right? Like, we have this affiliation with Audio Mac, like, where we can take artists to see whatever they got going on. So last week we just had a whole different meeting with them, and randomly that thought just came up, like, yo, how about we just do something for the upcoming artists? Like I know
a site
people
with them
look-
that they be doing
Well,
all
it's
this.
like, yeah.
Fact. Yo, we wasn't even thinking about Cypher, but you brought that up. Shout outs to DJ Stats, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna make that happen.
No, we are. So it's
kind
kind of like.
rappers.
Okay, so explain.
Poetic.
So with Audio Mac, we trying to get all these artists to sign up where they can actually, like, promote their music. Because that's the least we can do for them. We're not their managers. This is something the manager, like, trying to take something out of, but we doing it out of free will, because we know how big Afrobeat, and it's not just Afrobeat. Like, we know it's people out there trying to get their music out there, and this is what we do. Like, low key, they might not tell you, but they look up to whatever we got going on. Like, yo, like, they got all this connects and they not putting us on. So this, like, whoever gets the chance, it's your time to shine. Like, we talk with them, and they setting up a whole, like, Afrobeat and brunch next up.
Right.
So that's, like, for upcoming artists, like, whatever you got going on, that's the time to exhibit your talent. And we starting with 7 people, and it's going to keep going. It's not just. We have that list already. We're not going to let it out.
We're not gonna
Top 5.
We
not even
selected.
like
No.
Nah, it's not no top 5.
It's not. We
top
selected.
seven.
We get a top 5.
Nah, we selected.
Nah.
We selected.
How did this selection come about?
That's nice.
Once
We
again,
hit up. It was
we-
response.
It was a response, and also, like I said,
response?
it was a quick response, but it was also, like we said, like, believe it or not, if you see what we promote and things like that, you may not think that, as far as the music is concerned, as far as those who have, like, a true passion for music and the art, you may not think we're not watching, but we are watching. We watch all the time. So, in regards to our first selection of people, like we did select seven people. Some that you may be familiar with, some you may not be familiar with. But we're gonna keep it going. Like, the first 7 that we chose, there's gonna be another 7 we choose, and then And in time as well, we're gonna do like a nice showcase. Probably a show and things like that. So we're looking to help push the artists that are out here too. And if we can be responsible for helping taking them to another level, then that is a beautiful thing for us.
Great.
You guys got a lot of things lined up for the summer.
Man. Like I said,
2020 summer.
Can y'all plan a fashion show one day since y'all doing it so big and well? Like,
Alright, so
can we do like Afrochella going on a
fashion show, right?
show or out here?
We have this event that's a low-key fashion show, but y'all don't realize, like, Best of Africa.
that was a nice
I came one
Best of
time. I
Africa-
came
Best
to
of
Best of Africa.
Best of Africa is low-key a fashion show, because it's like
It is.
your African print, like you got
Everybody
the best
coming in there
everybody
with
coming
African
in
print.
with some African print. To me, like low-key, that's a fashion show
It
to
is.
me, but like somebody
But
might just look at it like
The
I'm
fact
coming
that
to a party.
Manny
but
and you are
I'm
doing
like,
so big, I really want y'all to try to host a fashion show. Just to see how
Like
big. If y'all could
strictly
go
fashion
as
show?
big for Afrochella, being in Ghana, throwing all these parties, and it went viral, mad big. Why don't y'all just try it? Because back in the day, OD. Back in the day, our Ghanaians was about like, doing fashion shows after parties or all white parties or whatever parties, but now we don't do it anymore.
Because y'all
So
doing it on
since
Instagram.
y'all are, exactly, but it don't, that's the thing. That's why bitches is going too hard now. We gotta do a fashion show so they could walk down the runway and show who they really are. If they really wanna do it, they'll walk down 1,000 or 300 people sitting on their side. So let's do it. When are we doing that, Manny?
Definitely, we definitely agree with you. And like PISTIK was explaining, like he's done very well today.
He did good.
You usually don't talk, right?
His
You don't say
responses,
much.
it's like you
We're
say
very
it over
good.
just to
The
say
crowd was
anything.
listening though. I was like,
You don't say
job
much.
well done.
It's like, hey,
I said, today, job well done. But the event that he was talking about in particular, Best of Africa, that is an event that, when he said low key, even us, to be honest with you, to tell you guys the truth, we've slept on. Because we've had so many focuses on so many different things. That was one of the first events that we also started with. Like when we were beginning in the beginning, like Best of Africa was one of those events. Like
I remember when I was a young girl, Best of Africa.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
We did. I remember. I never forget the first one we did in the city. I remember we did it at Orbit, and it was
I was
nice.
there.
Even though that was the day that he came off crazy, and boy, it was hot. But it was nice. It was nice.
It was a lot of hot.
It was, but to see people coming dressed up, and it looking like it was beautiful. And so what we're planning to do is to turn that into some sort of maybe a potential weekend. We do have a party, but then we do have a fashion show as well. Or it's gonna be a one-day thing where, like maybe from 6 to 10 or something, it'll be the fashion show, and then
And
afterwards,
then
after
that's
party.
what I'm used to from
So
back
no,
then.
that's where we're going, and especially now, sometimes certain things, it's all about it being the right time. Right now we're also at a place where we've linked up with certain designers, certain potential top designers, stylists, and things. So now we can do it right. Because the thing with us is not just real talk. When we do things, we don't really like to come at things half-assed. Just to be real, like because everything for us is what impact is this event that we're doing. What is the impact? How is it going to take our culture and what we're doing to another level? You know what I'm saying? Like the way, if you're an event planner, the way a person comes to party and having fun and do it, like that's not like we're looking at it a whole
That's
totally
the
different
type
way.
of fun you have,
It's
yeah.
not if you know and you see me at parties, like
Yes,
people
I
look at me
do.
sometimes they be like, yo, that guy, man, he can't stand him, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like but people not knowing.
Processing.
People not processing like people not processing like it's a business. Like I'm looking at it that day it's businessman, not another regular. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
How do you do that though?
Yeah, I don't know how you do it, but
You
you know how
outside,
to do
you're
it
different.
well.
You're inside, you're different. You
Walk
at the
past
door,
you,
you're
like-
different.
And then write you like, I'm sorry, sweetie.
And you have to do
I
that
have to
as a promoter. I think
I respect it.
you have to do that as a
I
promoter.
don't do it on purpose.
I respect it,
have
though.
bad memory with Nah, like on the regular, I can be talking to you on Instagram for like days. Not in that way, not in that talking manner. Like I could be cool with you on Instagram like for weeks, but I will see you and walk right? That's not me trying to be an asshole. Like it's a lot of people that
Business.
you feel me, but
When
people don't see it. It's like
Yeah.
you get somebody like I got you free entry, and they get in there looking at you for the rent. Like, yo,
Right.
Once I get in, that's all I need.
Like,
And I see, I let
you
enough
know,
people
but
in.
at the end of the day, it's business. You know what I mean? Like you can't fight it. Like that's how I eat. You probably going back to work like the next day. I'm not.
So my question is so like because I see a lot of young promoters trying to follow you guys full step and stuff like that. What's the best thing that what is it that you want to do?
I am, of course, I am, or we are definitely people that definitely promote entrepreneurship. Definitely, if you're doing something, make sure whatever it is that you're doing, you love what you do. Because trust me, like as long as you're doing something, you love what you do. Don't worry, the money will come after. The money. Don't do anything with the. You want to make money, you want nice things, of course. But if you have a passion for something, don't do it for the money. Do it for and trust me, that'll follow. You know. So that would be my message to the youth and those that are coming up, and especially like even I've been doing this for like 10 years, like a long time. So it wasn't all glitz and glamour the whole time. I done like that whole struggle. That's a whole nother story. That's not even a story for today. Like,
Oh, we gonna talk about it though.
nah, that's not a
Nah,
story.
we
for
gotta
today.
talk about all our
That-
struggles.
that-
Not today.
Starting is
But
not
we gonna
easy.
talk about it
No,
this
starting is
morning.
not
You're gonna
easy.
text
We gotta
everybody,
talk
you're like,
about
yo,
struggles.
it's on tonight, and
Not
then you go to
today,
the
but
party,
we
you're the only one over
Been
here.
through some.
We've been like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't think, and a lot of times don't think what you see.
Alright,
or what you-
wait. My secret, right?
Nah, for real.
My first, the all white, the first ivory ever, right? I went back to work at Subway restaurant. Like I used to see people that like was at my party, like
Make me
getting
this
food that's
sandwich.
like you
What
didn't
you
know
put
that,
on
right?
the biggest
you didn't,
shades of
no, nothing, like plain face.
Bitch, I don't work here. You don't
Like
work
I
here.
used to work at a Subway restaurant. That's how everything.
How did you get
That's
hired at Subway?
Right, they looked at you and they
Let me
said
tell
it's
you
okay.
something,
You look
my next
flashy
door-
from like
my
4
next
years,
door-
5 years.
That's what I said from the
I would
jump.
tell you you're
like,
overqualified. Like,
Nah, I'm not.
Your next door neighbor was
that's what
Indian?
I would tell you.
No, she was a Ghanaian, but she was a manager at Subway restaurant. So like my mom was like,
That's
yo,
why.
my mom was like, yo, this nigga comes back home from school, all he does is play soccer. Like, get him a job. I was mad soup. I thought I was gonna get, some office job, and this lady took me to Subway. I'm like, yo,
Like, here's the Italian bread.
Yeah,
flatbread, that was my favorite. So yeah, like everything has a beginning. Like it wasn't just like, Prince, you know me. Like, like I barely talk, but today I don't even know how you got this out of me. Like you did a good job.
What you call it? So, how long you guys been on what you call it?
Well, I'm a fresh up.
The way Manny, he's loving your answers
Nah,
right now.
I'm-
It's like, nah, you go first.
Nah,
You
I'm
go next.
fresh off the boat. I'm gonna tell you that, cause yeah, like I was known in Bronx for playing soccer,
That's how I knew him.
Yeah, like I was always on the field. If I'm not on the field, I'm home or I'm in school. Like, you got it. By 6'1",
Pass
by
on the
6'7",
money. I mean,
yeah,
pass
by
on
Yankee
the
Stadium,
money.
like
Yeah.
that's how like everything
What about you
started.
too, bro?
I've been around. I've been everywhere. Like, I was.
Manny's Jamaican, y'all.
I was.
Many Asian.
Yeah,
Nah, he's
Asian
Jamaican.
Jamaican. Yo, like I was born in. It was called crazy. I was born in Texas, Dallas, Texas. Actually, I don't really remember Texas as much. But I was born in Texas. Then New York. I lived in Yonkers. I even I lived in Ghana too. I lived in Ghana for like 2 years of my life. But that's when I was like little. I was like 9 years old. 11. Kumasi, like but like Prada, so like,
Right.
let me tell you, like I was living, you know what I'm saying?
Mine is
Seriously.
different.
So, and then that,
It
I
is
lived
a
in
safe home. I
Pennsylvania
went to
too.
a safe home.
You know, I went to school in Pennsylvania as well. So, like, I don't know, like, I guess that for me too, that's where like a lot of, that makes up who I am. Like a lot of those influences and being in all these different places kind of makes up who I became.
So, what about your family? You have, like,
Do I have my,
your family? Did you have your family life growing up?
yeah, I mean, and my family was all I had. It's crazy you just brought up my family because this past, you know, as far as this past Ghana, the last Ghana vacation, we were all together. And it's not that many times that me and my family would get to all be together. Even my mom, like literally, when I say all together, we was in the same hotel. Like my mom was on the.
I saw that video.
Yeah, she was on the bottom floor, so that, you know, so we were still lit. She was on the bottom floor, so you know we were still lit. You know what I'm saying? My boots was, you know.
You can't even bring nobody upstairs.
Nah, we still. I'm saying too much. What about you?
Yeah, I do have my family in my life. Like I didn't grow up with my mom, like my dad. Like, I never had that house figure. It was my uncle who did everything. So like for me, it's like I still look up to my uncle, like my pops, you know, like, and that was the only dude. And coming back to my family, that's the only reason why I didn't really play sports. Because like they were all about school, and I'm not blaming them for anything. I'm not blaming them for anything because they know what's good for real. Because like back home, like
And we gonna get
people
into that
actually
topic
like
too,
voodoo you
not
like
today.
for
Right.
being nice. And I'm not bragging, like friends know me, like I was nice, like when it comes to playing soccer, like I was really nice. That's how like I have like teammates playing pro, like making millions, and I'm like, you know, I'm not blaming my parents, my
You was that
grandma.
good and you out here, me too.
Nah, when I went to
I'm
college,
sitting
like
out
I was
here
actually like the team captain.
shit.
That's how nice I was, but I don't look nothing like, you know, because like actually back home it was a lot of voodoo when it comes to playing, and my family was strictly like Christian family, so
And that's
they
how
didn't mess
easy.
with it.
That's how easy. People don't know the stories, but that's how easy you get. Once they know that you're
Like,
gonna play,
once you
the
nice,
spot
like-
get open. It's like the whole neighborhood know how to play too. So it's like one person's only going through this door. You can't have two, and everybody's like throwing.
Like
I've
right now,
seen- I've
like
realized
the
stuff
national
happen.
team, like the Ghana
A lot
national
of things
soccer
happen.
team, like I can pinpoint like 5 dudes that I would play before they play, but now like they get
They get yeah.
bread, like you know. But like back home, it was a lot of voodoo shit going on. So it's like if you nice, you in a competition with another dude that plays good. So it's like my parents wasn't with it. So even like for me, that's how involved they were in my life. Because I feel like they were worried about me living longer than just playing soccer and making money. So like I can't blame them for anything. The only thing that was missing in my life was like a father figure. You know, like
So how do you feel, man?
Yeah, can we hear it? Because you guys seem like you guys appreciate each other so much. You know your mind, you know what you're gonna say, you appreciate what you're gonna say. So please tell me something.
Alright, so you know what's so crazy is in the beginning when I was around or I met PISTIK was quiet. Like PISTIK was a quiet dude. I'm the total opposite.
I always thought PISTIK was just a weirdo.
Okay, you see exactly. So he don't. That's one thing. He's not a
He just
person.
stands there and
He's
makes
never
you laugh.
talk. He's calm. But you see, it's there's that saying. It's always those calm ones that are actually the most. You know what I'm
He's
saying?
paying attention to everything.
Yeah, and then
So maybe me and you could be best friends.
And
I like that.
And then low key. In the origination of like when the Big Five started and he was part of a group called YAK.
Yeah, boys.
Yeah. Like
young African kid.
Yeah, I was out there.
like I said,
Like that.
he was quiet in the beginning, even when we were doing the events and we first started doing Ghana Made and Ivory and all those things. He was always this guy. Like I always knew one thing about him: he works. He may not say much, but You know he's doing, he gets the job and he's doing a lot. Maybe like 2 years ago, yeah, about 2.5. Like when, you know, I started, especially, there was a time where I was working with a group, like I said, I was general manager, but once I officially went on my own, you know, one of the people that, you know, I'm not gonna lie, was rocking with me. And just because also rocking with me, they wanted to learn the business. Wanted to, you know, sometimes when you see certain things, just like for me, somebody saw something in me and gave me a chance. So when you see certain things in somebody, you know, you wanna, because at the end of the day, that means that that results in us all eating or us all taking things to another level. I said he was a quiet dude, but one thing about him, he's observant, he rocks with you, he's loyal. And low key, this guy, just listen to what he was even talking about, let the poor. Very smart guy. Doesn't talk much, but is a very smart guy. And yo, like I said, 2 years ago, after I really started doing things, he was like, yo, he was right there. He was like, I could tell he was like, yo, he just wanted to learn. And
You feel like that he's the only one that stuck close to you?
not so much that, but like exchanging certain ideas. Even if I'm gonna tell you the history of Afrobeats and Brunch. Afrobeats and Brunch is something that I was working on, right? I was like, in my head, look, we need something. We need something constant for our people. In the beginning, originally, I was looking at doing it once a month, not even on a weekly basis. So when we went to, I had the connects, and we went to the soup, and that day we went, this was with me, and we talking to the owner.
Manny almost kicked me out because I came in a tracksuit. I was right from practice. Yo, we go to a meeting,
A whole meeting, like, it just
tracksuit.
Can you imagine playing
Yo,
soccer?
like, so nah, it's crazy he brought that up because I was looking at him crazy, like, yo, bro, it's our first, we gotta, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. So we go to the meeting, and I present the idea to the lady, and what's dope about that place and what's dope about the owner and whatever, they're Moroccan, so they're African too. So it was like, and then if you guys know, you see it, the girl Anya,
Right, I know.
she was trying, before we came into play, she was trying to promote Africa. She's an African dancer, but obviously she didn't have the connect to the, you know. So when we were sitting there and we explained to her the idea, she was with it. But like I said, originally I was going to her once a month. So she then goes, why don't y'all try to do that every week? I was like, you know what? And then PISTIK was sitting there like, here's the thing, you know, PISTIK is one person I look to, as far as I know he can be complete, that's another thing, he can be completely honest with me. He's one person that he can tell me like it is, and I respect it. Sometimes he comes crazy, like, I be like, yo.
That's why he keeps his glasses
But at
on.
the same
You don't
time,
see his
I
nose.
respect it because he's one of the most truthful people. So that's where our connection came. Because sometimes you need that person that can also be a balance, and it's also going to tell you like it is. You never in a crew want to have somebody that's a yes man or something like that. No, you want somebody.
Yes.
that
Hurt
is
my
gonna-
feelings.
Yeah,
I will appreciate
because at the end of the day,
tomorrow,
if you don't,
like, yo.
if you don't tell me like it is, how we gonna get better?
Exactly.
Just like vice versa. If I don't tell you like how it is, how, you know, so that's honestly how we click so much, because at the end, I see certain things and the way I came up and how it's the same way him. Like, I don't come from much. I'm not even gonna lie. This was people know the story of what I've been through or what I went through to even get to the stage. I know. He knows, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's how, you know, we just ended up flexing. And then as far as Afrobeats and Brunch is concerned, like, to us, it just, once we started it, you know, in a couple of weeks it was, but then once it blew up, it was just like, but then it just only made sense, because now that we have this and it's something that we can call, it's strengthening him, you know what I mean, as well, because now it's building with the talents that he already had. So now we're just projecting that. And that's what we all about, like projecting each other's talents. Making sure that we're gonna be great. Because it doesn't, even a person like, and I believe this, even if there's a person that's put in the forefront, a person like Jay-Z has a team. There's no I in team. No matter what, even if you're the person that's put in the forefront, there are people in the background. There's elements that's making that person.
When you hear other people's ideas, where it's like they passionate about what your idea was before, and they giving you like, yo, assist. You could put this and add this to it. That's the type of people you have to keep like around you. Honestly, not the people that's like, yo, send me that hoodie. No, tell me how to expand. You feel me? So I agree.
Like I said, welcome. Alright. We're doing this podcast and broadcast, everything that we do back home and over here, like, you know, the culture and stuff. We're gonna wrap it up. But
So far, I love my teeth.
To wrap it up, like, what should we expect for this March? What's that? Start on the 5th, 6th?
No. It starts on the 4th.
Starts
We got a
on
whole
the
week.
4th.
So March 4th, really quickly. March 4th, we have a panel discussion. It's going to be a panel of entrepreneurs, and they're going to, you know, speak on. It's called Beyond the Return. So they're just, as far as entrepreneurs, they're going to give advice on, you know, how to take things to the next level if you're thinking about entrepreneurship and other things. And as far as being
That's the one with Abdul?
That's one with
And
Abdul.
the shade room girl?
No. That's something he's doing separately.
What's that?
But
What's
that,
all that about?
That was today.
that was today actually.
today?
He's at Harvard
Harvard.
today. Yeah. So that is March 4th. March 5th, it's an event that I'm not even gonna lie, I'm excited about because it's called High Life Social.
Yeah.
It's gonna be my education day because being that I just came into this kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, low key certain High Life songs I really like and I really love, and I really want that day to be like a here you go.
Manny just asked me who Lucky Dube was.
Hey!
South
Hello,
African.
hi.
Lucky
Man, you
Dube.
gonna blow up my spotlight?
Nah, you didn't do
Manny asked
that.
me who Lucky Dube
I'm
was.
not gonna lie. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm a new school Afrobeats. Like let me tell you something.
knew it when I
No,
mentioned it.
hold on. Back in
Is
the
that
day,
bad?
I'll admit it. Back in the
That's
day,
bad.
no, I'll
Very,
admit it.
very bad.
No, okay,
Lucky
it is.
Dube.
Just to say,
I wish I had more
I
girls
wasn't
with
in
the
the my family. It was more about school and everything. It really, like that part of my life, as far as learning the culture and learning it wasn't there like that for me. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, like the only song, real talk, the only song I really liked and enjoyed and I knew was
Kojo and Chi.
That's all I knew. And don't try to
At
me.
least it's
That's all I knew.
okay.
You know
Get
what
a
I'm saying?
pass.
So honestly, even being a part of this whole movement has given me an education. And people like Pistik, John Doe, you know, wherever he is, you know what I'm saying? When he comes back, him too. They give me an education. So Thursday is gonna be the High Life Social.
Right.
Friday is the main event Ghana made. You already know. You know what I'm saying?
The one in Queens is the one I'm bringing all my friends.
Which one is that?
Is that gonna be the littest one? I think that's the one,
I
right?
think
Amadeus.
there's gonna hold on. There's gonna be a lot of lit nights. Let me see.
Right.
Just going. We've been going from last year, right? So, and then there's a new introduction. So of course we got the concert on Saturday, and we bring in Kwesi Arthur. You know, and that's valid because I know there's people that's like, is he really coming? No, he's dropping some stuff too to even validate that. We made sure that the paperwork and things and all that was good. So he's
Yeah.
really coming, just to let people know in case people are like,
Don't forget we broke a promise.
yeah, we did, and that
My
was
boyfriend.
Possible.
Can y'all bring it for my boyfriend?
so we
Just
got.
put him on the
Well,
spot.
I'm gonna talk to this one when
We got Kwesi Arthur on the Saturday, and then of course the Sunday we got Afrobeats and brunch. You know what I'm saying? Which is another lit night. Cause
Which
I'm
is
not
your
even
law
gonna
price?
hold you like last year Ghana made that Sunday was crazy.
And the Monday is no work.
No work. Monday's no work.
I don't work that Monday. I don't know about
Oh,
that.
Alright, so this
I don't
year,
think it's a
Ghana
holiday.
made, I'm gonna need everybody to pull
Why you
up.
asking like
I'm
that?
typing
About to be
about
late.
that High Life Social because that sounds like
What?
I don't work on Monday, but it's painful on Monday. It's very painful for us.
But isn't it Le Souk on Sunday?
It's Lasuk on Sunday, but yeah, but the High Life Social. That's what I think is gonna be a vibe. Not I think. I know it's gonna be a vibe because it's a
It's gonna be a
Thursday and it's like from 5 to 10. So it's like people, you know, you just getting off work or whatever, feeling
Alright, so
good.
I'm getting
You
my
come to
ticket
vibe.
for
It's not gonna be
Thursday.
like OD crazy, but like you know what I'm saying. It's gonna be people that just wanna come. Thursday is it free?
Ghana made is coming up, starting from March what?
March 4th.
From March 4th to the 6th?
The Wednesday,
To the
March
6th?
4th until the 8th.
Up to the 8th.
March 4th till the 8th.
Alright.
So, anybody wanna pull up with me? We'll
Africans
live.
with attitude.
And Africans
Pull
with
up
attitude,
with Karen.
we're checking out.
She's coming with her homegirls.
You feel me? First lady.
They don't know which home they're coming out of.
They're coming out of a trailer
Taking a
park.
break.
So I hope y'all like tights and hoodies.
We're signing off. We
I hope y'all like-
thank Pistik, Manny, John Doe's not here, Abdul, so the whole team. If you're not here, we still want to shout out to all the people that are part of your team. Thank you for coming today. Podcasting.
Thanks,
Signing off.
Yes.
Yo, baby.
Bye.